Hey, God bless you, my friend. This is Sister Sharon, and today I want to give you 10 reasons why many believers who are very much interested in becoming married are having problems choosing a mate. Now, I want to give you some things to look at. We know that marriage is honorable. It is something that is very daunting. Marriage is not for the faint in heart. Marriage is for those that understand it is a lifelong covenant. It is a lifelong vow to be monogamous with the person that you choose. And in the society, the modern culture we are in, people are divorcing left and right. I mean, it is alarming, it is disturbing, but I do want to speak to those of you who desire to be married, but I want you to be sober-minded. I want you to understand that there are many things that could work against you if you allow these ungodly mindsets to set into your heart. Number one, this can cause you to prolong finding the right person and making, your choice your choice. And that is allowing parents and friends to influence your decision. You will be under that covenant, that vow with that individual, not your mom or your dad or your best friend. So number one is outside influences can cause you to prolong, if not put off, choosing a good man or woman for you. Number two is finance. You have some people who feel that if the person doesn't make a certain amount of money, if they don't drive a certain kind of car, live in a certain neighborhood, if he or she is not established as you are, friends, listen, I get it. You want, especially if you are a woman, you want a man that can and will provide. But when you have unrealistic goals, especially if you are a person, let's say female, you are making 100K a year or 80, 75,000 a year, and the man you meet is only making 40, 45. But he has a job. It may not be your, 80K or 200K or whatever you're making, my friend. But this man has a job and he's a hard working man. Friends, you can mess it up. You got to be prayerful and mindful that you have to examine that person by their integrity, their love for Jesus Christ. Friends, you have to look at the whole package. Number three, when you are using physical looks to choose. Oh, friends, this is just so... Listen, friends, this is something you definitely don't want to fall into. When you say he or she has to have certain physical characteristics, not only are you immature, but friend, do you not know that you can really mess yourself up when you place that much stock into what this person looks like? Now, don't get me wrong. We know that you want there to be physical attraction. We get it. But friend, when you say that he or she got to have certain things, you boxing yourself in, and you could end up messing it up, and you will end up an old maid or some old man where you just can't find nothing because you're unrealistic, okay, about physical attraction, okay? And then you have some people who are very insecure with their own looks, so they gravitate and they begin to look for certain outward characteristics physically because they feel so bad about their own. So friends, you don't want to put that type of emphasis on choosing a spouse by their physical prowess. Number four is false prophecies. You have people who have received false prophecies from men and women telling them what their spouse look like. He's going to come from the north. He's going to come from the south. And you meet the man or woman of your dreams, but they didn't come from the north and they didn't come from the south. Friend, you have to be very, very careful about receiving prophecy, especially most of them are fake and false prophecies about who your mate is. You have people that will tell someone, your husband's going to be a man of God. Your wife is going to be a woman of God. And no. She or he loves the Lord, but they may not be as fervent as you are in ministry, but yet they are in ministry and they love Jesus. So you got to be very careful of prophecies because most of them are fake. Number 5, yep, I said it, fake. Fake. Number 5, let me digress. Do you not know, friends, if you mess around and have somebody prophesy over you about something so serious, the enemy could get a hold of you. You have people that will even tell a person that they are going to be married to someone famous or a celebrity, and this person is all tangled up trying to actually in their own mind marry a person that's already married. Selah. That's a harmonious musical Greek word. It means to pause and think. Because friends, this is going on. All right, now we will move to number 5, education. You have people who have unrealistic standards concerning education, that if a person is not as educated as you might be, if their mother and father is not educated too, if grandma and them ain't educated, you have people that are so messed up about marriage and their unrealistic goals as it relates to education, friends. You will end up an old maid. I know a young lady, and I do not exaggerate. Her mother was such an influence over her that she would go through, over the years, all these different people, good men. But the standards from her mother, especially in this area of education, friends, look, you might have the college degree, you may have this good solid job, and she or he may have a blue collar job, but they make good money. They're good with handling their money, but they don't have education. Friend, think about it. Number 6, you have a bad, B-A-D, attitude. You just got a bad attitude. If you are constantly confessing Christ, friends, we want to get better. We don't want to get bitter. We want to keep calibrating our lives. And if you are 30, 40 years old and you're still just moody, you're demanding, you're petty, you're always nitpicking every little thing, and every time you do meet someone, that person has a hard time getting along with you because you are so, as we would say, set in your ways. Friends, how are you going to desire to share your life, and if you are a female, to be a helper of a man, when all you do is cut down every little bitty, you micromanage everything, and everything bothers you? Sister, you're not going to be able to get no man because you got a bad attitude. And let me help you, sisters. Just because you got the beauty does not mean you can hold down a relationship, because it takes more than the beauty and the booty to keep a Boaz. Yes, a good man. The Bible, women claim they want a Boaz, but you, with that little attitude of yours, think that your hip thighs and your beautiful hair is going to keep him. It doesn't work like that, sister. That's why you have lots of, I use them as an example. You have a lot of women, celebrities that many of us may know their names and their works, but they cannot keep a husband, because it's not about that, sisters. It is about integrity. It's about, are you willing to be a servant? That's really what marriage is about. serving more so for women to help that man, to be a helper, to be a helpmeet. And how you go do that if all you got is this little attitude and I'm so fine and I'm so established and I got it going on and you should be just lucky I'm in your life. Oh, no, no, sister. You're not going nowhere fast. You ain't gonna get no ring. You ain't gonna get no ring. Number 7 is tradition. When you allow tradition and the way mama and them did it and grandma and them did it, well, your husband or potential wife may not want to do things like that the way your family has been doing it. And you have to be open to really work with your soon to be spouse. Don't let tradition destroy your spiritual position to say I do and to establish that covenant and vow and monogamy with a good man or a good woman based on grandma and them. Number 8 is when, friends, you are when you are entertaining the idea that you're too young. Well, friends, you have some people, their parents will tell you, you're too young. They want to get married. You love Jesus. You're trying to live right, live clean, live pure and holy. You're 18. Well, let me help you, my friend. We know, scholars will tell you, Joseph and Mary, Jesus' parents, they were young. They were young. They were probably 14, 15, 16. And what happens when you are constantly entertaining the idea that you're too young, but yet you are masturbating, you're fornicating, you're having constant sexual contact with your potential, but yet you say we're too young to get married. You're not too young to go to hell. See, I rather encourage my children, which I do, find a wife. But see, now because we understand the stringency of the teachings of Jesus, that your wife is going to be for life, you can't allow your sexuality to guide you and push you into premature sexual behavior outside of marriage. So you're not too young to get married, friend. You're too young to keep having sexual intercourse with someone that's not your husband or wife. I'm gonna leave that right there. Number 9, you're too deep. Friends, you have people who are so spiritually deep, especially as you get older, and everything is just spiritual. Everything you talk about, everything. You're just, don't get me wrong, my friend. It is awesome to speak the word of the Lord, to give God praise and honor. But if you're constantly a little too on that spiritual side and your spouse just wants to walk in the park, you got to turn the whole walk into a sermon. That's too much. And that person, you done scared them. They like, she... you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say no more on that. I'm going to just let that one simmer, okay? You too deep. You done scared out. You scored, because especially for a man, he wants to know you could do more than speak in tongues, sister. He wants to know that you could take care of his needs. He wants to know that you could cook and clean, that you really are able to handle the business of marriage. Marriage is a partnership. It's not rocket science. And if you're going to preach at them constantly, sister, come on now. And some people do that because they're very insecure and they use spiritual semantics and outward conversation constantly because deep in their hearts, they're very insecure. So friends, just ponder that. Last but not least is premature sex. If you are having sex with a man, I'm going to speak to my sisters, and that man is really trying to live right, and you are constantly pressuring him, You're being sexual and provocative in your attire. You're trying to seduce him and tease him. And you say you the prophetess. And every time you go on a date, he see them boobies, he see that backside, he see them thighs, he see all this naked flesh. Now you and this man done slipped into the sheets, and now he don't want to marry you because he knows that if he got it that easy, somebody else can too. And as the old adage says, why buy the cow when you can get, y'all know the rest. All right, and just for the youngins, the milk for free. Why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? Enough said. My brothers and sisters, I love you. Keep us in prayer. We are headed to Detroit and Flint, Michigan this weekend, and Toledo, Ohio to do outreach. I thank God for our team that's going to meet us and those that's going down with me to these cities. I love you. Please keep us in your prayers. Visit the ministry website so you can keep up with all the things that's going on as God is commissioning me to go from city to city, inner city, to spread hope. Keep us in your prayers. Friends, let us all consider and ponder these things if you desire to be married. Don't fall into these mindsets and traps. Be wise, be patient, and wait on the Lord. In other words, serve while you wait. Till next time, because the harvest is plenty and the laborers are few. God bless, my friend. Till next time.